Set apart from the mainland, the island has become a unique landscape in itself. The descendants of the Portuguese traders who came here in search of spices guard these mysterious forests. Being experts in navigation, the Buginese build traditional ships to this day. Dependent on the equatorial seas, the people of the island reap abundance. Like the umbilical cord of life, Mother Nature touches every part of life in this region. The land of the immortals. The land where life and death become one. This is Sulawesi, the island on the equator. Indonesia is famous for its large number of islands. Among them, Sulawesi is located in the heart of the country. We head for Makassar, the capital of Sulawesi, which is 2 hours and 30 minutes away from Jakarta. It's been 2 years since my last visit. Makassar is a friendly neighborhood. I had stayed in for 3 years to study the ancient scripts of the Sulawesi. To tour the alleys of Makassar, I have to use an Indonesian rickshaw called a bikak. The bikak is the most affordable means of transportation here. "20 minutes from downtown, the strong scent of the sea greets me. One by one, the ships that have finished their work out at sea are returning home. The fish they just caught looks fresh and heavy.
Kilo. 1 kilo. Ini 3 kilo. 3 kilo.
Ya, besar sekali, Pak.
From
Korea Selatan.
Korea. Itu MU. Siapa itu? Bola itu.
Sepak bola. Pak Tisong.
Ya. Pak Tisong.
Right near the beach is the biggest fish market in Makassar. Aside from aquariums, I've never seen a place with so many kinds of fish. There are at least 50 kinds here with different shapes and colors.
방가리. 야. 무게가 상당합니다 이거.
One type of fish stands out among all others. It's tuna. The waters by Sulawesi are one of the top 5 locations in the world for tuna fishing. They come in various shapes and sizes. Perhaps it is because of the richness of the seas. The people of Sulawesi are known for their skills in navigation.
술라웨시 사람들은 전통적으로 바다를 주 활동 무대로 삼아왔던 사람들입니다. 바다 사람답게 이들의 그 북부, 그러니까 호주 대륙 북부랑 멀리는 아프리카 동부 지역에서까지도 이들의 자취가 발견된다는 것이 이들의 그 바다에서 그 활동 무대가 상당히 넓었다는 것을 의미합니다.
The Buginese are the most famous of these seafaring peoples. In southern Sulawesi, the maritime culture of the Buginese still remains. How did the Buginese people come to rule the seas of Asia? The descendants of the Buginese live as seamen since the moment they are born. Today, I will take a glimpse into the lives of the Buginese people and learn the wisdom they have acquired on the seas. To examine the maritime culture of Sulawesi, I have come to Bulukumba, a 5-hour drive away from Makassar. The long rows of palm trees give the island a tropical atmosphere. At the other end of this ocean lies Australia. The curiosity as to what lies on the other side of the sea made the Buginese masters of navigation.
와, 지금 저기를 보니까요. 지금 바다 지금 해변 위로 지금 뱃머리가 보이는데, 와, 지금 사람들이 막 움직이면서 막 지금 배를 만들고 있네요.
It looks like a treasure ship from a movie.
이야, 배 한번 보세요. 배가 와 어마어마하게 큽니다. 이야.
As we approach the structure, it becomes all the more grand. It feels as if it is a massive building.
배 프로펠러 좀 한번 보십시오. 와, 상당히 큰데 안 돌아갑니다. 이야.
The ship is so massive that it takes the captain, who is to guide us, ages to come down.
이분이 지금 이 피니쉬 배를 만드는 그 설계자이시자 선장이십니다. 선장.
Kapal ini dimulai tanggal 20 bulan Juli tahun 2012. Sekarang sudah 11 bulan lamanya ini kita bikin ini untuk kargo, untuk muat barang toh. Jadi kira-kira 2 bulan lagi baru selesai kalau tidak ada halangan ini.
야, 이거를 순전히 사람 손에 의해서 1년 정도 만들었다고 하는데, 와, 좀 믿기지가 않네요. 예.
This ship, entirely handmade by layering wood, is Sulawesi's traditional ship, a pinisi. It was first built by copying pinas, the type of ship that the Dutch East India Company brought to this region in the 17th century. It is said that the Buginese people traveled as far as South Africa in this ship. In other words, the pinisi is the pride of the Buginese, the maritime people. Standing on the bow, the landscape of the beach looks different.
여기 지금 높이가 상당히 높은데요. 한 30m 정도 되는 것 같은데. 와, 아찔합니다. 아찔합니다.
The structure of the ship has 2 levels. The inside, where the construction is complete, is empty. It seems to be more than a mere fishing boat.
Ini muatannya sekitar 900 kilo, 900 ton.
900 톤. 이미 바디한
kamar.
선원들이 항해를 하면서 쉬거나 뭐 이쪽에 이제 뭐 부엌이 있거나 뭐 이제 그러니까 일종의 뭐 그러니까 사람이 거주하는 장소죠, 배 위에서.
About 20 men, which is not that many when considering the size of the ship, are busy with the final touches. A close look reveals the blueprints for the construction are nowhere to be seen.
Cuma dalam otak saja, jadi kita tidak ada gambar, cuma otak saja.
지금 내려가기가 좀 아찔한데 제가 한번 내려가.
People who work here climb up and down the ladder with ease. But it's set at a dangerous angle that is close to 90 degrees. The cargo compartment, which can carry up to 900 tons, is as big as a soccer field. It's amazing that this whole ship was built with ancestral wisdom and experience, not with a blueprint. Mr. Guru Wong is the oldest among the workers. He has been making pinisi for 38 years.
Punya otak bagus karena saya selalu kerja kapal setiap hari. Gitu. Saya suka bikin kapal.
Because of the pinisi, ships are the first thing people think of in relation to Bulukumba. No one is better at building ships than the people here. You can spot shipbuilding sites here and there along the beach. In one corner of the beach, I come across a ship that is nicely adorned and stands out. Many people have gathered around it. Inside the cabin, people have laid out festive food and are reciting the Quran. The holy prayer continues for about 10 minutes.
그러니까 배가 이제 앞으로 이제 바다에서 운행하기에 있어서 그런 안전을 기원하는 그런 제사를 지내는 겁니다.
Just as Koreans give offerings when moving into a new house or setting sail on a new ship, they do the same. The owner of this ship has put extra care into a heart-shaped window in the captain's cabin.
Ini karena dibentuk lope-lope supaya ini hiasannya juga kapal biar cantik juga seperti cewek.
The captain will be sailing for a month, and he will think about his wife for the entire time.
Ibu baru 18 tahun. Terus saya lihat dia cantik, akhirnya langsung melamar sama dia.
Finally, the launching ceremony of the ship begins. Rice is sprayed in hopes of a big catch, and all the villagers get together to pull on the ship. However, the ship weighs 2 tons, and it is not easy to pull it out to the water. People use the lever to push the ship forward, but it looks like they are waging a war against the ship. Just when they are about to make it, they face yet another situation. Not only building a ship, but also floating it on the water requires skill.
배가 좀 많이 앞으로 전진했는데 옆으로 지금 기울어져가지고 지금 방향을 다시 균형을 다시 잡아잡고 있습니다.
생각보다 좀 위험한 것 같아요, 그죠?
그렇죠. 이게 무보다 지금 사람의 인력으로만 아이고.
It is said that the Buginese are good team workers. This is a great example.
Kalau kapal sudah turun, sudah jalan, mudah-mudahan kita dapat ikan banyak, kita punya uang banyak, terus kita bisa kasih sekolah anak, begitu. Supaya kita bisa kaya juga seperti orang-orang yang kaya.
Tomorrow, the captain will go fishing in the seas near Australia. I hope they will return with a full load. A day in a fishing village begins earlier than at others. I decide to become a member of the Buginese community today. This ship I am on will be catching tuna in the coastal waters of Bulukumba. Interestingly, the steering gear is located at the captain's feet. In Korea, we say something is done with the feet when it is done sloppily, as in drawing with one's feet or acting with one's feet. But the captain of the ship is skillfully steering with his feet. In order to figure out where the tuna are at each moment, he must keep his eyes on the sea.
Ya, kita mau cari tuna di sana. Mudah-mudahan kita ketemu.
Other crew members also keep their eyes on the sea. The only people on the ship that are relaxing are the captain's son and his friends. The children are having a late breakfast. The children here first ride ships before they become 10. Their fathers and relatives teach them the skills of seamen. From the size of the ships and the nets, they seem to catch quite a lot of tuna.
Lebih 1,000. Kalau ada 1,000 lagi.
야, 오늘도요. 1,000마리 이상을 잡고 싶다고 합니다. 야.
After about an hour, the ship comes to a halt. Around 10 a.m., a school of tuna passes through these waters. The seamen know each corner of the ship from experience. While the adults are on edge observing the movement of tuna, the children grab the opportunity to have fun. They are masters of diving. The sea is the best playground for the children here. They show off all kinds of swimming skills for the camera. But this is only a short break while the ship is still. With no sign of tuna, the ship starts moving again. The crew members take out their packed meals to have breakfast. The ability of these men to find tuna out in this vast sea is truly amazing. Suddenly, the captain gives a signal. Far away, the seabirds send the men a sign. The birds above the water are a sure sign that there is tuna below. The fishermen spread out the net quickly. The children also throw something. A closer look reveals that they are throwing rocks. They are scaring the fish so that they don't swim away from the net. All these tasks have to be completed within a minute. Something must be wrong. The children dive into the water. They are trying to drive the fish into the net. It's similar to the primitive fishing method where people use piled rocks to drive fish. The question as to why so many children are on the boat has been answered. What kind of results has the commotion brought? The net is quiet. Unfortunately, the catch is small. Thinking of all the effort the crew put in, even I feel bitter. It takes as long as an hour to draw on the net that had been cast. There is no tuna, but a valuable guest has boarded the ship. It is said that those who see a sea turtle live a long life. I really should thank the sea turtle. The crewmen tell me that sea turtles come up once in a while on the tuna nets. Don't tell me we're eating him.
Ini namanya ikan monster. Dibuang karena sakit. Sakit. Biar dia sembuh di bawah.
The crew let the turtle go and continue on with their tasks. Not a single tuna has been caught. Only a few small fish are drawn up.
Sudah lihat tunanya naik. Makannya tuna.
We're left with the leftovers from the tuna's meal.
예. 세 번이나 네 번 정도의 기회가 있다고 하는데 그 기회가 이제 좋으면 운이 좋으면 이제 한 번에 이제 많은 수의 참치를 잡는 거고 운이 나쁘면 지금 방금처럼 이제 모두 다 이제 놓치는 겁니다.
What little fish that are caught will serve for lunch today. There is no need to fuss over cooking. They simply grill the fish. It may not look nice, but the smell of grilled fish is quite appetizing.
Mantap. Bulukumba punya ikan mantap.
약간 꽁치 비슷한 맛이 나네요. 꽁치.
There are days when they return home with full boatloads, and others when they catch nothing. The lives of all these people depend on the tuna, and I also start to feel anxious. With only a short time left, the crew starts to look impatient as well. At that very moment, a school of tuna shows up again. White bubbles glitter on the sea. Below them are tuna, busily feeding themselves. This may be the last chance of the day. Worried that their hastiness will cause a slip of hand, the fishermen lower the net carefully. Soon the net is set up at the head of the ship. Looks like they won't be going home empty-handed. The tuna are moving into the net. Their hearts must be swelling with excitement by now. As the endless stream of the net is pulled aboard the ship, the tuna reveal themselves. The fish are so strong that the sound of their flapping is almost like the sound of an orchestra. It is music to the ears of the fishermen. Smiles finally spread across the fishermen's faces.
Tuna, baby tuna. Baby tuna.
Baby tuna?
Yeah.
The catch is less than they hoped, but they know how to be satisfied and thankful for what they have. Tomorrow, a better catch than that of today may be awaiting them. A day of hard work is as beautiful as this sea. That's coming from a Buginese, a natural seaman. For hundreds of years, Buginese fishermen have made a living off these seas. Just as always, the Buginese will never leave this place. Now we head for Yukon Island, a famous vacation spot for seamen. A 10 to 60-minute ride on a boat takes you to different islands that are great vacation spots. Racing across the open sea, we spot large cargo ships and deep-sea fishing vessels here and there. The islands surrounding Sulawesi are where these ships that are headed for Asia or Oceania stop for a layover. Yukon Island is a small island. The water is so clear that visitors can see the coral reef underneath. It may not have recreational facilities like other tourist spots, but it's a perfect location to rest and peacefully enjoy the sea. I see something strange out at sea while walking along the beach. What is that man doing, hitting the sea with a long stick? Curious, I head over to see for myself and closely observe what the man is doing. He hits the water over and over with a stick. At first, I thought he was knocking fish out by hitting them. But a closer look reveals a net on the side. He is driving the fish into the net. It's similar to the way the children were driving the tuna out at sea. It's a pretty, colorful fish. I once again realize that I am in a tropical region as I look at the various kinds of tropical fish. Slow but steady reaped quite a lot for Yultari. He wraps up in the day's catch and puts it in a tray. This is where the Yultari puts his most precious things.
고기들을 보면요, 지금 열대어들이라서 무늬가 막 알록달록 되게 이쁘게 생겼습니다. 물고기들이 이제 보호색을 띠고 있는데 그 산호 색깔과 맞춰가지고 자신을 보호하기 위한 그런 색깔인 거죠.
Ikan barona.
바로나.
Yultari goes on to boast another one of his treasures. It's a giant clam.
Wow. Ini 2 tahun. Umur 2 tahun.
Yultari says this clam is 2 years old. Not only does he show me the giant clam, which seems to have popped right out of a documentary, he says he'll even let me eat it. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but is this actually edible? Because of its size, it doesn't look very appetizing. Yultari cuts out the adductor muscle, the most delicious part for me.
맛이요. 육감이 오돌톨톨하면서 쫄깃쫄깃하면서 무슨 전복회 같은 거 먹는 것 같습니다.
This time he wants to treat me to grilled fish. The people of Sulawesi often eat grilled fish. I feel excited at the prospect of tasting a freshly caught fish on a remote island beach.
Saya makan ikan Napoleon sama tiger, ikan tiger. Bagus. Masita?
에낙.
Masita enak.
맛있다 아르티니아 에낙.
Oh, masita artinya enak.
예, 맛있다.
Masita.
맛있다.
Masita?
Enak.
Terima kasih.
감사합니다. 감사합니다.
Kamsahamnida.
대왕조개.
I should be the one thanking you.
Mari kita makan sama-sama. Penting itu laut, karena itulah kalau tidak ada laut, kita tidak punya uang. Hidupi keluarga saya. Saya punya 6 anak.
At first glance, the sea with its sparkling waters is merely a sight of beauty. But now when I look out to the sea, I see a place where those who work for tomorrow sow their hopes and dreams.
우당.